Hey there, I'm Shauna from the Yoga Center Winnipeg, and welcome to Yoga Snacks, nourishment for the body, mind, and spirit. Okay, today we'll see what's in store. I'm not even going to tell you. We'll just see. So come to sit with a comfortable posture. You may want to sit onto a chair or the floor, whatever you feel like. Sit so that your shoulders are over your hips. Feels like your ears are over your shoulders. And if you're feeling any strain, then you probably need to sit up a little higher. So I'm sitting on a blanket, but you can always sit on a couple pillows, whatever is comfortable for you. And then just turn your attention inward. You may want to close your eyes. You may want to put one hand onto your belly and one hand onto your chest so that you can connect to your breathing. Today, let's use a mantra. I am here. I am safe. And I am well. I am here. I am safe. And I am well. And just remember, you can come back to this mantra anytime. You can use it in this yoga practice, or maybe you use it at the grocery store, or when you're listening to the news, or whatever you need. Okay. And then we're going to just do a couple of things from the seated position to warm up. I'm going to put my hands on the lap. You can do this sitting in a chair or on the floor, and just circle your torso around your legs and go nice and slow. You can go in both directions. There's no right or wrong way to circle. Try to bring your whole spine into it. You can actually use your abdominal muscles a little bit. And even let it be a little bit playful and exploratory. Okay. And then finish that off. Come to center. Bring your right hand to the floor or support beside you. Take your left arm up, and as you exhale, side bend and open to your right. If it feels okay, you could bend your right elbow and lift up. That's not the right elbow, that's the left elbow, but you could lift up through the left elbow. Open the left side. Inhale, sweep the arm up and go all the way to the other side and reach up and over. And same thing, if you wanted to bend, this is the right elbow. Hold your head, reach through your elbow. It gives you just a different experience of the stretch. And then inhale and come all the way up. Let's change the crossing of the legs if you're sitting cross-legged, just to give some variety. And then this time, as you exhale, twist towards your right. Lift up through the top of the head. Keep the hips steady and let the twist be more in your upper body. Feel your breathing. I am here. I am safe. I am well. And then untwist and go to the other side. I am here. I am safe. I am well. And untwist. Okay, let's sit up. Actually stand up. So come to standing any way that makes sense for you. Clear your space and have a yoga belt or a bathrobe tie, a tie, something like this that you can hold. And let's start by folding it in half and fold it in half again. So you have a shorter, thicker thing to hold, and then hold this about shoulder width. Bring it out in front of you and hold it a little bit tight. Straighten your elbows, and you can draw, I'm going to turn sideways for a moment. You can widen the space between your shoulder blades so it seems like your arms get longer. And then you can take your arms up and reach up, straightening through the elbows, opening through the sides of the waist. Take a moment and remember your feet. Make sure your feet are pointing straight ahead and the toes are spread. Maybe your yoga mat's getting all bunched up. Doesn't really matter. Okay. And then keeping this belt tight, turn a little bit to your right. Even if it's just the idea of turning, keep the legs strong and steady, and then bring yourself back to center. Reach up, and as you exhale, turn the other way. Back to center. Keep holding your belt, and as you hold your belt, bend your elbows, bring your arms down behind your head, and then straighten your arms up. And we'll do a couple of those. So it's a little bit like bench pressing, but, well, you can tell I don't do weights because I use a belt. But just pulling on the belt a little bit, taking the arms behind, doing your best to lower the arms at the same. But if you can see me, you'll notice that mine aren't exactly the same. So just respecting your body, however it shows up. We'll do one more. Nice, and then reach way up and let go with the belt. Bring your arms behind and then take the arms so you're holding the belt equally wide behind. Maybe the feet are a little wider, shoulder width. Lift the arms behind you, opening in the shoulders, and then we'll bend the knees, fold from your hips, and then start to straighten the legs if that's possible, taking the arms overhead. If that's too much strain in your legs, keep the knees bent, arms over, because we're working with a shoulder stretch more than anything. And then press into your feet. Use your inhale to come up, also looking up. And then stand. You can let go of one side of the belt. Just feel your breath and your heartbeat. Okay. And this time, let's take the belt and hold it close. So we've got the hands kind of like a ski rope. Widen the space between your shoulder blades so you reach out through your knuckles. Arms are straight. Take the arms up, reaching up, kind of squeezing your head. If your arms don't come all the way up, don't worry. So it's more about the stretch and not about what it looks like on the outside. And then keep reaching up through your knuckles, pressing down through your feet. This time, if it's okay, side bend a little bit to your right. Inhale, come up. Exhale, maybe side bend a little to the left. If that doesn't feel safe in your body, then you don't do it. Just stay upright. Come all the way up and then see what happens if you bend the elbows behind your head. Straighten. Bend. Arms opening. Inhale, straighten. Let's do two more. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Oh, I'm a bad counter. Exhale, bend, and I think that was two. So straighten, take your arms down, and then just like last time, we're going to take the arms behind. Hold the hands as close as you can behind. Without folding forward, lift your arms away from the body. Draw the knuckles back. Open your shoulders. And then we'll bend the knees again, go forward, taking your belly towards your thighs, straightening the legs, arms coming over the head. And then bend the knees again, let go with the belt. Here's a little extra surprise. Sweep your arms forward. This one's called Utkatasana, the standing squat, also called awkward pose. And then straighten your legs. Relax your arms. Feel your breath. Excellent. Okay. Let's do some other stretches. So we're going to use our, if you've got a yoga mat and it's rumply like mine, it's still good. Just make sure it's straight. Have yourself some blocks, or you could use your chair for your hands. I'm going to use blocks today, but the chair's there for hands. Stand towards the front of your mat, feet point straight ahead. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands down to the floor. or the blocks or the chair. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold from the hips. Doing your best here to press down into the heels, lift your sitting bones and open the back of the knees. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. And then from here, look up. Sweep the arms out. Inhale, come all the way up. And we're going to do that a couple times. So exhale, arms come down. Let's repeat. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Look up. Exhale, fold from the hips, legs straight if possible, bending the knees if you need. Hands down to the blocks. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. This time, make the legs very strong. Inhale, unfold from the hips, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come all the way down. One more time. Inhale, arms circle up. Exhale, fold from the hips, hands coming down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, folding again. If you need to protect your back, have your knees bent. Otherwise, really make your legs strong. And inhale, come all the way up. And circle the arms back. Okay, this time we're going to do it a little bit differently, similar but different. We're going to add something. Inhale, sweep your arms. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, hands to shins and look forward. Exhale, folding hands to blocks. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, bend the knees. Arms can be straight up or out. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, arms to your side. And repeat. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, knees bend and arms sweep. Inhale, legs straighten. Exhale, arms down. Okay, one more. Inhale. Exhale, knees bend. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, bend the knees and arms up. Inhale, arms straighten. Exhale, arms all the way down. Just pause and feel your breath. Maybe remembering I am safe. I am here. I am well. See, it doesn't matter what order you say it in, it still works. And let's keep going. So inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold from the hips. Inhale, looking up. This time, exhale, taking your one leg back. Let's take the right leg back. You may have to stretch or hop it back. Check that your left knee and your left ankle are lined up and your hands are on blocks or maybe on a chair. Keep the chest lifted. Press up through your right heel. Up, out. And then inhale, step forward. Exhale, fully fold. Inhale, bending the knees, Utkatasana. Inhale, straightening the legs. Exhale, arms down. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg steps back. Right knee lines up with right ankle. Press back through the heel. Leg is strong. Feel your breath and your heartbeat. A little bit energized here. Okay, and then step forward. Inhale, half forward lift. Exhale, folding from the hips. Inhale, half forward lift. Exhale, bend the knees and sweep the arms. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, arms down. I think we're going to do that whole thing one more time. Okay. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Exhale, right leg steps back. This time we're going to add a slightly different touch. You can put your right knee down and point your toes back, lift your chest. I've got my toe curled under, press the heel back. You could do that with the top of the foot down if you prefer. Then from here, look forward. Straighten the leg as you inhale. Exhale, step forward and inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, arms down. You might have noticed that sometimes I change it up a bit. There's lots of different ways to do it. It always works. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, big step back with your left leg. If you like, you can touch your knee down. You can keep those toes curled under or press onto the top of the foot if that's better. Take a breath or two here. Then inhale to raise the leg. You're going to step forward and inhale while you're looking up. Exhale into the forward bend. Let's inhale, look up again. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms. And exhale, arms down. Pause and breathe. Okay, let's make our way down to the ground. We're going to do it from here and step back into downward dog and then child pose. So as you inhale, sweep your arms up. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up, and you could have your hands on the blocks as you walk your feet back and press your hips up and back. If the blocks feel unsteady, hands to the floor. Fingers are spread, hands press into the mat, hips are lifted. Stretch the two sides of the spine. And then exhale, come down to hands and knees. Point your toes back, sit your hips back onto your heels as best you can, getting a fold into the legs, and then maybe put your block or some pillow, something under your head, rest into child pose. From the child pose, slowly walk your hands in, sit up. Pause for a moment sitting up, and then we'll come to hands and knees. You can take your knees a little bit back from your hips, bring your shoulders forward and lower yourself right down onto your stomach. Today we're going to use Sphinx pose, so you can bring your elbows under your shoulders, forearms are parallel. Pick up your right foot, reach it back, pick up your left foot, reach it back, and just take a few breaths in the Sphinx pose. Sometimes you can move in your Sphinx pose if you need to be more on the mat or more off the mat. Turn your head very slowly from side to side. And if it feels okay, press into your hands, lift your elbows, and come into more of a lifted Sphinx or Cobra. Okay, and then come all the way down. Rest your head onto your hands, maybe bend your knees and rock your legs a little bit from side to side. Put the feet down. Reach your left arm along the mat. I'm going to just move back a little bit so I'm off of the floor. And then when you're lying on your side, bend this left arm and put your head into your hands. So this one's called the Sleeping Buddha. And you can just stay here. This can be a very wobbly place. If you bring your hands to your hip, you might notice that. If you feel very steady, then you might try bending your right knee. Bring your right foot somewhere along your left thigh. It can rest on your left knee, it doesn't really matter, but it's preferable if it's above or below. And then find your balance here. Get those little loose hairs off of your face. Take a couple of breaths. So this is a great place to stay, or there's one more step. Here you could find your yoga belt if you have one, or you can straighten your right leg up. And you can hold your tights or your sweats, or you can hold your big toe. The right leg turns out a lot, and there you go. This pose is called Vishnu's couch. So, couch pose. From here, you can release your right leg down to the floor, put your right knee off to the side, and it's a half frog. And then you put your face down, rest your head on your hands, or maybe turn your head to look to your left. Could put something under your head if you needed a little extra support. Otherwise, you're just turned. To come out, lift your head. Use your arm support to take the right leg back. You can come back into Sphinx. I'm going to change sides just for camera view and to get the mat back on. And then now we're going to roll over onto the right. And the arm is straight. And then bend the elbow, resting like so. From here, you can bend your left knee. Stay like this if this feels okay. And then the next place, if you're interested, is you hold the foot, or you use a belt around the foot, or you hold your pants and straighten the leg. Press out through the heel. If it's very wobbly, a simple variation is to bend the bottom leg, and then you don't wobble at all. But if you like a little bit of challenge, keeping the bottom leg and helping yourself stay balanced is a great way to go. Okay, and then bend that knee. Bring your left shin kind of in line with your hip. You turn your face down, rest. You can turn to look to the right. And then finish this by bringing your hands in, lift your head, look up. Might do a half Bhujangasana, just a contraction, back bend, lifting your chest a little. And then if you like, press back into child pose or hands and knees, or if you feel like downward dog would be okay for you, then you press into your hands, lift your hips, come into downward dog. And from downward dog, come to hands and knees. And let's sit down and lower down onto the back. So we'll just finish by coming onto the back with a twist. So just make sure that you're centered. Maybe if you need something under your head like a blanket, putting that in place. And then lowering your knees over to your left. Right arm can be open to the side. Taking a few breaths. Then lift your knees. Center the body. Lower your knees over to your right. Rest your hand on your knee if that's appropriate. Look to your left. And roll back onto your back. Let's take a few moments to straighten out the legs, relax them. And come into Shavasana. So let your whole body rest here. Sometimes it's really sometimes it's hard to relax. Usually after you've done some exercise, it's not too hard. But before we relax, we're gonna actually take a deep breath, tense everything up, even make a face, hold the breath, and then relax. And let's do that one more time. Deep inhale, hold everything. Bring as much tension to the surface as you can, and then let everything relax. Absolutely nothing to do. I am here. I am safe. I am well. Okay, and as always, you're welcome to stay resting as long as you can, as long as you need. If you're coming out, then you wiggle the fingers a little bit, bend your knees, roll to your side. Using the strength and support of your hands, when you're ready, you come up, or you stay as long as you need. Whenever it's time to finish your practice, just taking a few moments to appreciate your body, to appreciate all the different parts of you that come together to do this time, this practice. Whatever else you're grateful for, and closing this time. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.